There was something about the deathly calmness of the icy cold nights of the Himalayas which helped Sashwat align his mental apparatus. Such beautiful and calm nights as these seizes the flow of inertia inside itself. All one need to do was to align their energies with the night and maybe one could find the solace through these warlike times. Sashwat was a young and remarkably well built Indian soldier deployed in the chilling regions of Ladakh in the Himalayan terrain. He was the youngest in the group of battalion deployed at the forward post, looking straight into the death beyond the narrow stream of the river into the Chinese territories. Unlike most of his battalion members, he wasn't a battle hardened soldier, but his academics and curricular at the military school had been unarguably amongst one of the best. It didn't matter though, he was at peace. He was weird, but after days of intense speculations, taking physical exercises, and political rumors, the night puts everything to sleep. News from the mainland crackled through the radio broadcast inside the tent. There was an expected monsoon flood in the Middle India, which worried him a lot. His village was one amongst the thousands in the flood zone. He had moved to city after his marriage with Zaina, but his mother stayed back at the village. Her village was her identity, she would say. It was her, and despite all the love between them, she wouldn't let go of it. She would be so alone. She is now very old. She just don't listen. Sashwat murmured to himself, thinking about her old mother. The cold winds sweeping down the valley chilled his bones. Sash, you didn't sleep yet? You're wearing yourself off. You know that, right? Exclaimed a senior officer as he popped inside the tent. Sashwat gave him a lazy smile and turned his attention back to the radio. He knew his intention. The troops had allocated sleep hours inside the battalion like these, and if they missed those sleep hours, they have to wait for the next cycle. The body deserves a well rest in such thin oxygen in the air up in these terrains. You just scare me sometimes. The senior officer nudged him as he sat beside Sashwat. It must be these mountains. It tricks your mind, man. Everything here tricks your mind, don't you think? If we happen to engage in battle with these Chinese, do you think we will ever come out of it in the same state of mind as of now? Sashwat replied as he lowered the volume of the broadcast. Get lost with your ideological talks. How the heck did you even become a soldier? You're more like a marijuana smoking mystic. You talk like it's a bad thing. For a soldier stationed 200 meters from the border, it's a very bad thing. Are you telling me this affects my physical abilities? You haven't slept for more than a day. You stay awake at nights like you're talking to air. I'm just insomnia. But would you want me to force myself to pretending I'm asleep? I would very well give it a try. Oh, you're a shit, man. I've never seen you talking to your wife. I still see her photo in your diary, but you never talk about her. So you are reading into my diaries? And heck, I talk to my mother all the time. You do know that. I was called out of my marriage leaves for this emergency. I was hardly married a day before flying up here. I barely know her. So? You don't call her? See, that's your problem. You're so much lost among these mountains that you cannot identify between a problem and a solution. You are a military psychologist now, isn't it? How about front commander role? Did that scare you? Shut up. I talk to you because you are like my young brother. He's all I have in this world, and you idiot just reminds me of him. I know, man. I so much appreciate all of you. It's like a family here. Sashwat, can I ask you something? Yeah, tell me, ma'am. What pain have you buried inside you? I have read you and your diary and none talks about it. But I have a feeling. You're so subtle because of something buried inside you. It's the mountain air, sir. It's tracking your mind now. A minute before you accused me of ideologies, which is exactly what you are doing now. You hide it well, dude. It keeps you burning too. All you need to do is to fuel it into fire and to burn the enemies down. I will, Front Commander, I will, when the time comes. Get some sleep, you pig. I don't want a bullet in you because you were busy aligning yourself to the freaking cosmos. Hey, sir. Sarshwat smiled.